going to a banquet look or a birthday look, but I just wanted smoky glitter, shimmer, browns, liner. This is the transformation look. So first, what I will go in with is to wipe down your client's skin. So I love to use Noxzema wipes. I feel like it's very good to get everything out of their pores, any leftover makeup that they come in with. I just want to start with a very clean base. It's to avoid any breakouts, and you just want to start off fresh. And then I'm going to go in to moisturize the skin with Pond's moisturizer. A lot of you guys ask me, Lachey, when do you know to use moisturizer on clients? Honestly, you're supposed to use moisturizer on every single client. But sometimes when a client has very, very oily skin, I do not go in with moisturizer because it's like putting lotion on when it's burning outside. It's going to sweat off. So I'll just go in with a primer for the ones who are very oily. But she has a mixture skin. So I went in with the Pro Grip Primer by e.l.f. And I also went with the Pond's moisturizer. Now I'm going to prep her eyebrows. I'm going in with the Airspun translucent powder just to set those brows. And it also helps for long lasting. So whenever you guys see me using this, it's going to help for that matte eyebrow. You will find different ways where you are comfortable. I feel like the stance that I do for the eyebrows is something where I just have to get in there, okay? So I like to grab my client's head closer to me so I can see all details. And also I like to grip their skin just so it's easier for that eyebrow pencil to go against those eyebrows. Because sometimes y'all already know, sometimes not every product glides against the skin, okay? So now I'm going in to use dual lash glue to lay down those brow hairs. And I know a lot of you guys like, girl, what? For the newbies, but for the ones who always been here, y'all know this is the holy grail. You see how smooth that is? Sometimes people overthink and have problems when they see fly hairs when it comes to eyebrows. And it is very aggravating. So if you want to lay those eyebrows down, you want your client brows to stay on very long, make sure you use that technique. Now it's time to conceal, and we'll be going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Olive. Remember that concealer is just like an eraser. Basically, you traced out your brows. Now it's time to clean it up and erase. So you will be concealing that brow to your liking, to that desired arch, that desired shape. But just make sure that you're close to the eyebrow hairs, just so the eyebrows won't be too big and bulky. Now to shape up the top of her brows, you'll be going in with their foundation shade. So concealer for the eyebrows supposed to be at least 2 shades lighter than the original skin tone, just to give that arch and bright eyebrow look. And then for the top, we go in with the foundation, just so I can avoid that halo brow. You want everything to blend in perfectly. And at this moment, you'll just be going back and forth between your brows, trying to make sure what's even, trying to make sure what needs to be a little bit more darkened. So this is the time where you're just perfecting your brows. To define those edges and darken up the brows, I went with the Lift and Snatch brow pen from NYX in the shade Espresso. And also to fill in her brows, I went in with the Morphe pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse. For the foundation, we went in with Cappuccino in the shade 340. This is the Maybelline 30-hour wear. And I know you guys like 30-hour wear. Listen, today is affordable products, and I'm going to show you how we finna kill it with these drugstore products. I went with L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Ivory through 30, and I just popped that onto her lid. This will be a concealer for her base of her eyes to get ready for the shadows. And it's very full coverage, so that's why I really love using this concealer. Now this part is very optional when it comes to setting their entire brow. It's very optional, but I just like to do it also with setting their lids with the air sponge translucent. And just to take away that white cast that's on the eyebrows, I'll just go back in with the pencil a little bit. But usually when you spray the face after, it goes away. But sometimes it irks me just to see white brows, so I just hurry up and fill in a little bit more. But this is the technique for matte brows. I just hate to see very oily, wet brows because when I was a beginner, that's how I was. And once you tell a client to send you a picture, and they all up in the club, that brow is wiped off and missing. Okay, so make sure your brows are matte. We went in with this Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going in with these two browns just to smoke out her crease, and I would just be going straight into that, and also bringing that color towards her eyebrow in the front, and also helping for that side of the bridge of her nose. It's to help with similar to like our under contour. It's just setting that format in place. Now for the center of her eye, we'll be going in with a gold shimmer. This is in the shade Birthday Suit, and we'll just be popping that on. Make sure you're just patting it on other than blending. You can try to blend out the edges a little bit, but in order to get that product, you have to pat. Now, one thing about doing these different shades on the eyes, and a lot of people say, hey, I struggle with eyes, Lachey, I need help. The main thing is important is your brushes and also your placement. So you see how I stayed in that crease, and I stayed to have that brush in that crease and nowhere else, and you saw how it was an open space for another color. That's staying focused and staying in place. Try not to put those other colors in the spots you do not want it to be at. So if I would have went in with that brown on her whole entire lid, this shimmer was not going to be showing. It would have been falling off. It wasn't going to be perfect, okay? So just make sure placement is very important and focused. Now I'll be smoking out her eyes, doing a little smoky liner a little bit, and smoking out the sides of that eye with the darkest shade in that palette. And I'm going in with a real small brush just so it can stay in place and it won't move to no other place, okay? So when I said the brushes, it's never the brand of the brushes. Just to inform you guys, I use Morphe, Real Technique, and sometimes I use MAC brushes. And sometimes Hair Store, period. But I wanted to tell you guys that when it comes to the placement of wherever you're going in, like say for instance, the eyes have different set of brushes when it comes to the sizes. Even if you're going to the face has different set of brushes when it comes to powders, creams. So if you guys really want to know the different brushes for different placements of the face and different things to do, I will make sure that I put the link down below to show you guys a list of what brushes is meant for what, because I feel like that's the most important thing. Now we're going to pop on some eye primer from NYX, and we're going in with some glitter. Now this is a different type of subtle neutral glitter eye. So it's different ones. So basically if you want more of a subtle glitter, just tell your, makeup artist, hey, I want something subtle but with a little pop. This is what you'll be doing. So when I say subtle, we're in a different time of age. It's 2023, right? And I think it's really about also where you are. So I'm in Miami. These girls like more of JT, like celebrity looks. They want something neutral but to pop, and they just want their face beat up, okay? They don't want 2015, 2016 type of birthday girl look. Like, you know, when we used to have multiple colors, the colors had to match their hair, and you used to have a whole eyelid full of glitter to the point that you can't even blink your eyes that the glitter's so heavy. They don't want that. They want more subtle and neutral eye look. So this is a very subtle look if you want a little pop. And she basically said that she was like, I hate glitter, but what you did today, it was subtle and it was just cute. And yes, you want your clients to not feel so heavy with makeup. You just really want it to sink in. So let me explain this right here. I went with the cappuccino shade from the Maybelline 30 Hour Wear. So Maybelline 24 Hour Wear foundation used to be my favorite. It's a Super Stay foundation. Used to be my favorite, but they no longer have it on sale. So now they came out with this 30 hour wear. A lot of people don't like it. You'll see a lot of reviews where it's like, it's too dry. It's just too dry. It's too full coverage. Da, 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 da. But what you have to finesse things, okay? It's not about the products, it's about the technique and what's important within the technique. So if you are going to use this very full coverage foundation, even when it goes to concealers, drugstores, period, make sure your skin prep is A1. Make sure your face is clear, cleansed, and everything before you put on these drugstore products. That's what's important, and that's why I wanted to do this YouTube video today to show you guys it's really not about what you use. So basically, sometimes I don't always use this foundation as a full wear. Sometimes I just use that foundation to like do mix and match. Like say if I'm using NARS and NARS is a little bit too warm, I go in with like a mixer of the Maybelline just to cool it up a little bit more. You know what I'm trying to say? So I use it for mixer and matches, but today I used it for a full face. And it gave, okay? It gave because that skin prep was everything. Now I'm gonna go in with the Born This Way concealer and a shade Cookie, and I'm gonna let that dry down a little bit just so it can be a little bit more full coverage. And as you guys can see, this is the concealer format that I do, that I love to go in with. And the foundation and concealer, if we could leave our face when the concealer is blended out like this, it's so, her face was like butter, so good. Before I reached out to her, she was like, I don't know the shade, like I'm breaking out a little bit. I'm breaking out a little bit. I don't know if you still want to do me. Da, 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 da. I said, honey, I go through 10 to 15 girls a day. You haven't really seen a person really, really break out for real. So she had like a little subtle breakout. But I said, it's okay. Ain't nothing worth like cleaning up the skin and making sure your skin prep is good. So the you know, skin of the foundation can come through. So right now I'm going in with my setting brush from Real Technique. And I would just be patting in that concealer. Now it's time to bring some warmth into the face. So I went in with some L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Coca. And it's at least 2 or 3 shades darker than her original skin tone. But she has the type of skin tone where I did not want to go in with a very dark contour. So contours matter as well. This contour matched her very well. It chiseled up her looks, and it was very warm toned. Um, and she do not work with cool tones, meaning that sometimes contours can be very dark to the point that it messes up the look. I wanted to bring that bronze type of cream contour look. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just patting that in. To lighten up her under eye and give that popped feature, we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear in the shade Biscuit. And this is supposed to be a very mind blow tutorial, okay? Because y'all would not expect drugstore to do like this. It's a very full coverage. Usually, if you guys are original raw babes, you know I go in with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer for a proper shade, but we're gonna go in with L'Oreal Infallible Wear. Now, to keep the face moist with all those drugstore products, make sure you go in with your setting spray. I went in with Murphy and just set and spray that face. And now we'll be going in to blend with your damp beauty blender. Now we'll be going into set with our puff pad from Amazon. I'll make sure I put the link down below. And we'll be going in with the shade Banana Bread from Huda Beauty. Now we are using a expensive setting powder, but these are one of my favorite setting powders. So I'm going in to keep the bright areas of her face brightened, and I'm going in with that bright setting powder. And it's very full coverage. Huda Beauty should pay me by now. But Huda Beauty is very full coverage. It's waterproof. and it helps when the clients are watery. It's very easy to fix up. And it's very long lasting, and I just over love it. And to set the remaining of her face, I'm going in with like a darker banana shade powder from the Huda Beauty as well. I'll make sure I'll show the name because the names are real tricky as well. So also you'll be setting the rest of that face just so you can have a long lasting base, and so you won't have no transfer over to any clothes or nothing. You want to set that face. I love a matte face, but also afterwards when you spray it, it's a little dewy, but not too dewy. I'm not a big fan of dewy. Y'all comment down below what you're a fan of, either matte or dewy. I just feel like dewy is a little bit too wet, and it just makes it look like I'm sweating before I even go out. Okay, so I like my girls to be very full coverage and matte. Blush and contour that we use today is from the Morphe AD palette. And now I will be going in with this matte white shade from the new Precision palette by Makeup by Melissa. And I would just be popping that in the corner because I wanted that glowy inner corner eye. And I also wanted to show underneath the cat inner corner liner we're going to do today. So the liner that we went in with was the Ink Lock liner. It's a jet black liner, very smooth, very full coverage. So a lot of you guys asked me, Lachey, how do you perfect your cat eye? So the main thing is the brush, y'all. It's the brush. The brush is taking control, and also me being very focused. See, when I was a beginner, I wasn't a very challenging person. I wasn't taking leaps on faith. I was scared. Confidence wasn't there. So that's why it took me a long time to even perfect this inner liner. But you guys can perfect it. It just really matters about how focused and serious you are about perfecting it. So basically, I will make sure I put this brush down below because I know you guys really, really want it. It's from Ulta Beauty. Um, and yeah, it's in a form where it's very sharp and it's basically forming that inner corner cat eye. And I'll just be going in to perfect it. You'll just keep going in to make it sharp in your desired shape. And that's what you guys see me doing now. And yes, I am very picky on who I do the cat eyes for. I cannot tell you guys how I know, but I just know. Sometimes you have the clients who are very, very watery. And once I see that they're very watery, I will tell them, like, hey, I cannot do the inner corner cat eye. It's just impossible because you have to have a dry eye for this, okay? Um, See, when I was just doing her tight line without the inner corner, see, she's very weird, okay? When I was doing her inner, when I was doing her black gel liner underneath her tight line, she was getting teary. But when it was time to do, because I'm very soft handed, so I don't really know. But when it was time to do her inner corner cat eye, sis was not getting watery. She was good. Eyes was dry. So she has that type of eye. And she was like, I didn't even think you was going to be able to do. I'm like, I know, right? So I'm real picky about who I do the cat eye for, because like if you're very watery, it's very impossible for me to do it. You're gonna tear up. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So I don't even waste my time with doing it. But when I see the ones who are not really sensitive when it comes to the eyes, that's when I feel like it's best to perfect it on those specific clients. Now I'm going in to brighten up her areas. I was going in with the Derma Blend setting powder, the translucent, just to keep that under eye bright and so she can bake. And then also with her baking, we're gonna bake her features. So I'm going in with the banana shade from the Huda Beauty. Um, and yeah, I'm just setting her features, making sure everything is snatched. This lip combo is raw, but I want you guys to not allow it to sell out in stores. So I'm gonna have to go hurry up and go get mine, okay? That's why a lot of people don't like giving people lip combos and what is this, what is that, because people do run up and steal every single thing to the point it's sold out. So I'm gonna tell y'all, but I'm gonna make sure I go order that now. But I went in with the dark brown liner from the hair store. This is by Ruby Kisses, and I overlove it. Very full coverage, like, and yes, a lip pencil can be full coverage because it stays on for a long time. Also, what's similar is you can try the Morphe shade and the shade Trendsetter. That's also similar to this liner if you guys can't find the Ruby Kisses. And also for the pink, I went in with a nude pink lipstick. This is from Morphe in the shade Virgin. And to pop off and make that pink a little bit lighter, I went with a light white concealer, only a little bit, so only a little dot, y'all, only a little dot. And I just blended to my liking. And then I popped on some hair store gloss from Broadway, which is one of my favorite hair store glosses. And yeah, y'all, that was the lip combo. Now to bring everything together, I'll be going in with the MAC Studio Fix pressed powder in the shade NW45. This is her original skin tone powder, just to blend away that baking powder from earlier. We'll just be setting everything in. And I love their pressed powders because it gives a very full coverage and smooth filtered look. It just gives, okay? And then underneath her eye, just to keep her under eyes and the spots brightened, what I want brightened, I'll be going in with the NC50 shade. This is at least 2 or 3 shades lighter than the original skin tone of the client. Now we're gonna set her face with the Morphe setting spray. We're also gonna go in with the One Size setting spray. This is the long lasting spray, and I'll be spraying that up. And y'all, drugstore wear. Y'all don't see that skin? That skin is giving walking filter, okay, honey? Okay. Now we're gonna go in with some highlighter. I'm gonna highlight the points of her face. I'm going in for her eyebrow bone, for her nose bridge, for her cheeks, and y'all just gonna see it come together. And also, I'm a big fan of blush, y'all. I can never not add no more blush, okay? So I added some more blush also and popped on some mascara, and that was the finishing of this look. So we turned those lights off. Girl, we turned that flash on, and it is giving walking filter. Y'all, this was a raw tutorial. If you guys love this tutorial, make sure you click that big thumbs up. Also, comment down below and let me know how you love this video, and if you're gonna go try the products that we use today. Also, make sure you follow me on all platforms at Lachey's Glams, where you will see all the footage, all the posts. Also, I go live here and there, so make sure you watch out for that. If you guys want to book some class